Howdy y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my first update for my years of usage project pan. I created this project a few years back and it's my favorite project. And the way it works is basically everything that's in the project you have to use so like this is 2024, so I have to use everything 24 times or hit pan, whichever comes first. That's a goal met. And like in previous years it was 2023, so I had to hit it 23 times. And then your uses from previous years roll over to the next year. So that's a quick little summary of how the project works. And then also I wanted to shout out all of the collaborators because I haven't actually voiced their names, and I'm gonna also put them in their tags in the description box, but I just want to quickly go over their names. So on YouTube we have Joy from Romantic Pink Roses. She is really great. She's been doing this project for a few years as well, and her updates are very fun to watch, so make sure to check her out. Gabriella Frances just joined this year, and so I'm really excited to have her join. And those are the 2 on YouTube, and then there's 4 on Instagram, aside from me, of course. Lala the Panner, Rosie in a Bubble. I'm pretty sure she's done this for a couple years now. And then Emily, who is at Blue Owl 394, and Robin Panning. Robin just posted her update today, I believe, and it was great and it's fun to watch. She does her tallies like I do mine, so it's satisfying. And anyway, I'm gonna tag all of them in the description below. And if you are wanting to join, or you have joined and I just don't know about it, just let me know in the comments and I'll add you to the list as well. Okay. The good thing about the first update for me is because, oh, by the way, I do quarterly updates. Most people do monthly or bi-monthly, just like whatever you feel like doing. It's very loose rules. Like you don't have to do monthly. You can just do whatever you want. I do quarterly. So this is Q1. It's like early April right now. Anyway, so the way I do my tallies, I do previous year's tallies in red and then this year's in blue, just so I can tell what's new. So that makes the first update easy because I can automatically visually see what was done, this update versus last and blah 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 versus previous years. So the first palette, I go in order of my sheets. So the first palette is the Pat Sublime palette, and I did hit gold. Sorry, this is hard to open all of a sudden. I did hit gold in the shade Illicit. Oh no, just kidding. I hit gold in that one last year. I hit gold in Sinful this year, and I only had to use it 3 additional times to hit because I already had a lot of previous usage. Gold Nectar, I still need, pretty much the rest of them I need over 5 uses. So I would like to roll this palette out just because it's at the front of my sheet, but it's actually not one of my oldest palettes, so it would be nice to roll it out by the end of the year, but no pressure. But there's only 3 left, so it seems like I should, just to get it out for convenience sake. Okay, next up is JH Morphe. I did hit a couple goals. I have some fun, exciting updates. So this year's highlighter shade is green. And then the previous years I have different colors. So obviously 2021 was blue, 2022 pink, and then 23 orange, and now we're in green. So as you can see, I've hit 2 goals, and then I have another fun update as well. So I hit goal in SBN. I actually hit it 24 times, and then I used it an additional few times or whatever, and then hit pan, which is the only pan in this palette, and it's super exciting. It's very shiny pan, it's nice. So I hit goal in that. And then I also hit goal in Hustle, which is this gray. It's really pretty. I have noticed in using this palette, this is now my oldest large palette in my collection because I panned my Pure Visionary last year. But anyway, this is now my oldest, and I have definitely noticed the quality of the shadow changing. I'm gonna keep it, but yeah, I think it's been since like 2018 that I've had this or something. No, before that. Before that, I don't remember, but maybe like 2017 or something, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so she's getting old, and oh, in the camera it looks like that's pan, but it's not pan. Anyway, mostly the mattes, like I was trying to use some of these reddish mattes, and I just noticed that they weren't blending out well, and I don't remember having an issue with that before. But I'm gonna go ahead and keep using it until my usage goal is met and roll it out of the palette. And my main goal for the year is to roll out this palette in particular, because it's already been in since 2021, which was the beginning of the project, and I just need to roll it out. It is very big, so it's hard, so there's a lot of shades. So let's take a look at my tallies just to kind of see where we're at. You know how I pick a focus palette every update? This is gonna just remain a focus palette until I roll it out, because it's just like, you know, my main goal. Okay, also I forgot to mention, the reason why my eyes are, I got lash extensions. I didn't pay for them. I like modeled for someone who was in school for it, and I don't recommend it, but that's just a side note. I don't really like them, to be honest, but what can you do? I didn't have to pay for it, so that's a blessing, because they're really expensive. But anyway, so next up is BH Zodiac. I focused on this really hard at the end of last year, so I haven't really focused on it a ton this year, but I have actually been gravitating towards the shade Aries, because where I live, there's like a sports team that is like, their color is teal, and so like to go to the games, it's just like convenient to wear, and also it just like, it's just pretty. But I did hit goal on one shade in this palette, which was Virgo. I only had to use it 3 times. Wait, is that Virgo? Yeah, Virgo. I only had to use it 3 times this year to hit goal. And then other than that, this isn't really a focus palette. Like I said, I focused on it really hard at the end of last year, so I'll focus on this more in the fall. But now it's summer, so I want to focus on like my colorful palettes. Speaking of colorful palettes, this is my most colorful palette. It's my BH Take Me Back to Brazil. It's actually what I'm wearing on my eyes today completely. I like it. I'm actually going out later, and I am wearing a green shirt, so I know this look doesn't really match my outfit, but basically I don't want to put on my nice top to film. Anyway, it's a little booby. But anyway, yeah, I'm wearing this palette and I really like it. I don't reach for it every day, obviously, because it's very colorful, but I want to roll out at least a few of these shades this year, which is doable. Like, especially I think Y2 is the one I'm the closest on, and I only need 5 more uses to hit goal, so it's just a really light yellow shade. I actually used it to set my concealer that I used as a base on my eyes. So yeah, this should be another like kind of focus palette, because we're coming up on summer, and summer is when I get the most use out of this palette. Okay, next palette, I have a lot of goals met for this update. So this is my Tati Beauty palette, RIP Tati Beauty. Another thing you might notice is we have pans here. I think in the first update I already had the Pan and Aura matte, but now I hit Pan and Aura sequin. Those were not anymore in the project, they were already rolled out in previous years, but I still like just genuinely reach for them and hit pan. This I've noticed is very easy to hit pan on because it's very powdery. Okay, so the shades that I hit goal in this update are Memory Metallic. I just use it as a liner pretty much Sometimes I use it in the outer corner, but it's pretty chunky. It's like a chunky metallic, but I mostly just use it as a liner. And then I also hit gold in Soothe Metallic, which is this mid-tone brown, which is nice. It's not my favorite. This palette obviously is lean warm because it's a warm palette, and I prefer neutral to cool. So it's not my favorite to work with, but it's still pretty. My favorite shade in the palette is this Aura Sequin. And then I've also been using the glitters a lot, as you'll see soon. Okay, so the other one I hit gold in is Ritual Sequin, which is this. Oh, sorry, I haven't been telling you how many times I had to use things. Okay, so this one I had to use 14 times to hit gold. This one I had to use 9 times to hit gold. This one I had to use 6 times to hit gold. I mostly use this in the outer corner or as a liner. And then the last one I hit gold in this update was Soothe Sequin, and I had to use it 4 times to hit gold. I use this mostly in like transition, because honestly, the sequin shades are more like mattes, aside from Aura Sequin, which is super special. But other than that, like the glitter just like falls off. So basically you use it as you would use a matte. But yeah, let me show you my tallies, because I actually have been using that a lot in this first quarter of the year, as you can see. And obviously I can't wear glitter every day, but you can tell I've really been, especially the Soothe glitter I've used a lot. And then like, honestly, like I think that's pretty good usage for glitters. And overall the whole palette has had a lot of use. I think this isn't going to be a focus palette, but if I want to reach for it, I can, you know? I do need to kind of focus, I do kind of want to focus on the glitters a little bit, because I'm just like kind of far behind in the glitters, and which is the top row. And it would be nice to make some progress on those. Okay, little sippy. Okay, next up is Morphe Sour Patch. I think this should be another focus palette, because I do focus on my bright, as I've said like 5 times. Sorry if that's annoying. I didn't really focus on it in the first quarter, but now in this next quarter I'm going to focus on it because it's bright and it's summer. But that being said, I won't really focus on the top row, because pretty much I have all these shades in my Take Me Back to Brazil, and I want to use those shades first. But if it's just convenient to grab for, I will. But you know what I mean. I'm mostly focusing on these bottom 2. So let me show you the tallies in those. There's not really much progress to talk about. I'm not even going to go into detail because I only used it like a few times. The same for Mercury retrograde. I only used it a few times, so it's nothing impressive progress wise. However, I am now, as of this update, 1 use away from hitting goal on Cosmic. So I should just do that and get it out of the way, like once I post the update for this. It's pretty. This is one of my favorite palettes, or if not my favorite now, in my collection at least. So let me show you tallies on that. See, like I used it a few times, but nothing crazy. Actually, you know what? I am going home for like just a week, starting Saturday. So this is my usual travel palette, so I might bring it with me, but we shall see. I might bring this and then my sultry palette, just so I can have like a variety of looks. But yeah. Okay. Last big palette is the Urban Decay Wild Greens. I know I said last update I was not going to work on it that much, but I actually did, because my reasoning for not working on it before is because I was like, oh, I'll save this for when I switch jobs and I'm working more like professional and I can't need more muted colors. And so anyway, I haven't switched jobs yet, as you can probably tell, because when I do, I'll have a different background, because I'll have moved. But anyway, my reasoning for using it so much is because of the neutral shades. I have already hit goal on pretty much all of the neutral, like everyday transition type shades in my other palettes. So I was like, I've already hit goal in those. I might as well just knock these out. And so I did. So I hit goal in Lo-Fi, which is this really pretty, it reminds me of MFEO or Silk Cream from the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, but this one leans more pink. It's just a really pretty light transition shade. And then I also hit goal in Earthside, which is a really neutral transition shade as well. And then I'm getting pretty close to hitting goal in Kickback. I need 5 more uses in Kickback to hit goal. And I think I will in the next update, just because I've already rolled out all other shades in the project that are similar to that. So I mean, I reach for neutral brown pretty often, so it'll happen. Let me show you I also want to roll out Chill. It hasn't been rolled out, but I want to because I don't have any other shades like that in the project, left in the project, so might as well. Okay, this is what our tallies are looking like. I kind of went ham on this palette this year because it barely had any progress on it before. But to me, it just made sense to use it since, you know, I needed those types of shades. Okay. Next, I'm gonna like quickly, there's one more palette, but it's at the end, so I'm just gonna keep going in the order of the sheets. But I did used to have 2 of these palettes in, but I actually ended up, so basically in the other palette, I was only working on the pink shade, and I ended up decluttering the other one because it was really old and gross, and I already had a backup of it, so I was like, I just need to get rid of this. So I did that. I haven't used this at all. And then other than that, it's not worth talking about because I didn't use it. So I'm not gonna bore you. I'm really focusing on my larger palettes, of course. And then here are I haven't hit goal in any of these, but I'll show you anyway because I did use them. I used Unexpected 3 times, or actually 4 times. I haven't used Secrets, and then Good God I used 3 times, and then Glucose I used 6 times. Other than that, I haven't used it this year, but here are my tallies. So I am getting kind of close. I'm not really in a rush because I naturally reach for these, aside from obviously these, but that's a problem for another year. Okay, I did hit goal in my Urban Decay Space Cowboy. I had to use it 7 times to hit goal. It's kind of annoying because you can see it has hardband, but it doesn't really affect the use of it. I do have to use the glitter glue when I use this. Other people don't, but for me, I find that the glitters kind of flake on my face if I don't. So I just prefer to use the glitter glue because it's not really a big deal for me to do that. But anyway, this one's rolled out, so won't be talking about it anymore. But I'm gonna keep it in my everyday like makeup bag because I do reach for it very often. And the goal's met, so it doesn't matter. Next time you see this on my Instagram, probably it will be like when I hit pan, or maybe put it in another project or something. But I'm not in a hurry to use it up or anything like that. It's pretty new. Okay. And then the other Moondust shade I have in this project is Solstice. And I used it 5 times. And I really like using this shade with that teal shade I showed you in the BH Zodiac because their colors really complement each other. This one's like kind of reddish, greenish, bluish, and it kind of just looks good together. I was imagining like this on top of this, but probably not. Yeah, I really like this shade as well. I want to continue to use it, and I think it's like realistic for me to roll it out this year just because I've really like enjoyed it thus far this year. So there's that. And then these other 2 I'm not going to talk about because I didn't use them. And this palette, my Star Wars palette, I only used once. I used the shade Imperial once and then Force Sensitive once. This is one of my newest palettes. I just got it last year, so I'm not in a hurry to use this. I do want to use to roll out my older palettes first. So here you can see the tallies. And that is the end. That was a pretty fast update. I was trying to go kind of fast. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I wanted to film this, like, I had the urge to film it sooner, but I was like, no, I need to wait until the end of the quarter. And plus it just makes it, I am like really big on like Instagram aesthetic. And so like I have to post in a certain order to make my feed look good, and it just wasn't time to post it. And I had to keep posting the goals met. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and let me know if you want to join, or you know how you're doing. If I listed your name, then I'm already following along with you, so that's amazing. But if anyone else wants to join, let me know. But anyway, God bless you. God bless your family. Have a wonderful evening, and goodbye.